trainer, Bryn. Now, Quinty is a 17-year-old female California sea lion that calls marine life home. And yes, I did say sea lion. Who here thought they were seeing some seals today? We've got a few honest people, that's all right. She is in fact a sea lion, and the easiest way you can tell walking around the mall that we have sea lions here is we have a really nice sign back there, freshly painted. It does say sea lion. I'm just standing with you. But in the wild, we don't have these handy dandy signs everywhere, but there are a few things looking at Quinty that can identify her as a sea lion instead of a seal. The first is, if we take a close look on the side of her head, she has external ear flaps, just like you and I do. Kids, where are your ears? Do you still have your ears? There you go. Quinty has ears just like you. This is different than a seal that would just have a hole in the side of its head covered by fur, so you probably wouldn't see anything at all. But you do have to get a pretty close look to see those ears. And if you need to keep your distance from any wild animals, there are a few other ways that we can tell. And we can look closely at Quinty's front flippers and the way that she swims and moves. So you can see that she's using her front flippers to pull herself through the water and even stand upright on land. See how she props her body up just like that? Nice strong flippers, showing off those flippers there. And she can walk upright on these front flippers and even tuck her hind flippers up behind her. Now, a seal would not be able to do this. Instead, they would kind of bounce along the ground like an inchworm or a caterpillar. Can you guys show me what that would look like? It's kind of like this. They just kind of bounce along the ground. It's something called galumphing, which is a really fun word. But I think Quinty would be able to show that off for us today. Do you think Quinty would be able to show us how a seal walks? I know she's been practicing her impressions lately, so we'll see if she can come down here and show us what this looks like. She might need a little bit of help though, so kids, you're going to help me out here. You're going to kind of show her what this inchworm movement looks like. All right, let's see what she can do. Kids, you keep helping her out. All right, you guys have got it. You guys are so silly. Kids, I know you're doing a great job, but Quinty and I think it's Bryn here, just like to mess around. Can we be serious now, my friends? This is an educational presentation here, not just for fun. All right, Quinty, let's try this again. Down on your belly, inchworming along. Let's show the kids what a seal walks like. There we are. She did a good job of that. That's right, give her a round of applause. So that is more how a seal would walk. Now, sea lions, because they do walk upright on those front flippers, they do have an extremely strong upper body and front flippers. And I think I could use a volunteer today to show off just how strong those front flippers are. I'm looking for the most excited person out there to help me with our sea lion today. I'm looking for the most, who's excited, who wants to be a sea lion? All right, you look really excited, great. You're gonna come all the way down to the end and like your feet on this ground. Let's give our volunteer a big round of applause. All right, you're gonna be a bit of a sea lion trainer with me today. Does that sound pretty good? Yeah, you wanna be a sea lion trainer? Pretty cool job. All right, so Quinty is gonna come up right here, nice and close to us, and we're gonna ask her to do a handstand. Who here can do a handstand? You can't, all right, me neither. But Quinty, she can. She's got really strong front flippers, so we're gonna ask her to do a handstand. Does that sound good? So when she comes up here, we're gonna hold our hands like this, and then you basically pretend to be lifting her tail upright. So can you lift that hand just like that? And you're gonna say handstand. Perfect, just like that. We've got a sea lion trainer in the making. So are we ready for Quinty? All right, let's see. Here she comes. You stay right there, and we'll give you the cue of when to ask her, all right? We'll let her settle into her spot. All right, give her an ask. Woo! Beautiful! Thank you so much. Have a seat. Thank you for listening to our volunteer. A big round of applause. She's an honorary sea lion trainer today. Yeah, she did a wonderful job. And Quinty's done a wonderful job as well, showing us some of the features of a sea lion. Now we do have a few more sea lion friends for you to meet today. So let's give Quinty one last big round of applause, and we'll introduce our next sea lion friend.
While we wait for our next California sea lion, I'm going to talk to you about PAZA. As members of Canada's accredited zoos and aquariums, we strive to offer our animals the top-level care, husbandry, and nutrition that is available. In doing so, we help to protect and conserve wildlife. A typical day of animal care at Marine Life starts at 6:30 in the morning when staff comes in to prepare all the food for all the animals. After the food is prepared, staff begins to do husbandry with our animals. This includes a physical exam, which occurs multiple times throughout the day. If there are any concerns, those are reported to our in-house veterinary staff. The remainder of the day is spent tending to the animals and monitoring and maintaining all the systems around the facility. Through our efforts at Marine Life, we are also able to enrich, encourage, and reconnect people with nature and to inspire a conservation action. Our aim as a zoo and aquarium is to raise awareness to the struggles that many species around the world are currently facing. Every animal species has a story that needs to be told, whether the animal is critically endangered or the animal has a role of ambassador for a species in the world. It does look like our next sea lion is ready to go, so let's give a big round of applause for our next and our youngest sea lion, Wembley.
All right, there we go. Please welcome our youngest California sea lion, Wembley. Wembley is in fact only 2 years old, and he was born here at Marine Life to Quinty, who you just met. So he is a male California sea lion, so he does have a lot of growing to do. He is about the same size as his mother right now, but we'll expect that he'll approach, maybe even outgrow his father, Pablo, who we'll meet next. Now, because Wembley is so young, he is doing a lot of learning. And one of the most important tools we use for learning with the sea lions is this target pole that Britt has in her hand in. The sea lions are trained to touch their nose to the target pole at first, and then they can even learn to touch other parts of their body to the target pole. And this helps us communicate with them. We can show them where we'd like them to be or how to move their body in different ways so that we can train new behaviors. We'll start nice and basic with stations and small movements, but then we can train things a lot more complicated, like some of the behaviors that you saw with Quinty. Now, Emily is doing a wonderful job with his training, and we've been focusing a lot on behaviors that help us take care of him. So you saw Brent ask him to open his mouth. This is something simple that we can do with Wembley that helps us check out his mouth every single day, make sure his teeth are okay, doesn't have any cuts or sores in his mouth. And any other behaviors like this are referred to as husbandry behaviors. And these are just behaviors that help us take care of them. So we can even touch Wembley all over his body, check his eyes, check his ears. Now what you see Brent using right now is just another form of reinforcement for Wembley. So you see that oftentimes we provide our sea lion with a fish after they do something well, but we can also use other things that they like to let them know that they've done a good job. And when Wembley was a baby, as most mammals do, he drank milk from his mother. So there wasn't much we could provide in terms of food to let Wembley know he'd done a good job. But we could find other things such as toys and water guns that let him know that we were happy with how he was doing and reinforce that behavior. Now, Wembley loves interacting with his toys, and I'm sure some of you would be interested in playing a little game with Wembley today. Would someone be interested in coming down and helping me play with Wembley a little bit? Again, I'm looking for the most excited person out there. Super excited. All right, I see a very excited individual up at the back there. Come on down. You're gonna come over onto this mat here. Wipe your feet. Perfect. All right, come on down with me. We're gonna get one of Wembley's toys for him to play with today. Does that sound pretty good? All right, let's give our volunteer a big round of applause. We've got some toys here for Wembley today, and we're gonna take a little bit of fish. How do you feel about touching fish? You want to wash your hands after? All right, so these are some of Wembley's favorite toys. These are his pylons. He loves his pylons. So we're going to put a fish in each one, and then you can choose where you want to throw them in the water. The pylon, he loves the whole toy with the fish in it. So we'll make sure that Wembley's ready. So we'll ask his trainer, is Wembley ready? All right, then you can throw them in the water wherever. Yeah, go ahead. And throw the other one. And he'll go find them. Perfect. Oh, he found one of them. He missed the other. Oh, and he's pretty good at cleaning up after himself. I'm sure some of you parents would love for your kiddos to be able to do that. But Wembley will go play with his toys. Looks like he got the fish. Thank you so much for helping us play with Wembley today. It is important for us to play with Wembley throughout his teaching as well, as this helps him burn some of the little kiddo energy that he still has for sure, as well as get some thinking about how to move his body, how he might be able to get fish out of a more complicated toy. So the pylon's pretty easy. He can just stick his nose in and grab the fish out, but we do have a lot more complicated toys, such as this one over here. This is our webbed ball, and this is one of Wembley's favorites. It was one of his favorites when he was very little as well. He loved watching it sink all the way to the bottom, so then he'd grab it again and then watch it sink to the bottom. He was learning how things move around in the water, just like your little ones might throw things off of their high chair with their little babies, just to see how things move in the world. Bryn, do you think Wembley would be interested in showing off his favorite toys? We'll just use his webbed ball here. So this is one of the more complicated ones. It is a little bit harder for him to get the fish out of it. So we'll watch how he interacts with this toy here. And there he goes. So you can see him spinning around it a little bit more. Those ones are a little bit harder to bring back because they do sink all the way to the bottom. But he is learning how to do that as well. So let's give him a big round of applause. Wembley's done a wonderful job showing off how the sea lions learn here at Marine Life. So let's give them a big wave goodbye, and we'll be back in just a moment to introduce our final California sea lion.
While we wait for our final California sea lion, to help these animals, we here at Marine Life participate in conservation efforts to help save species from extinction, like our species survival plan we have with our African penguins that Paula and Patty talked to you guys about earlier. We here at Marine Life are also committed to providing educational and conservational programs that enhance the experience of our guests by enriching their knowledge, encouraging respect, and responsible management of all living creatures. Some of these programs include our Kids Wonderland, where you can drop off your kids between the ages of 6 and 12 to spend a couple hours with us doing everything from enrichment for some of our animals, and maybe including our sea lions, doing different crafts, meeting different animals. And this we have one starting on January 2nd. But we also, if you guys want to have a birthday party or a Christmas party here, we do something called a Cavern Quest. This program is for all ages and includes 13 people in the original price, but you can add more people on later if you choose, and it is tailored to the age of the group, making it fun and educational for you. And if you'd like, you can even add a penguin onto that program. So every month here at Marine Life, we do host a program called Play and Learn. Play and Learn happens the second Wednesday of every month, and it's for ages 2 to 5 to attend with their favorite adult. During this program, they will get to meet and touch different animals. Every month, there is a different animal. And they will be able to learn all about them through activities, crafts, and stories. For more information on any of the programs I talked about, you can go to our website at wem.ca or talk to any of the staff members in the blue shirt or in the Christmas letters. Until then, it looks like our final sea lion is ready to go. So let's give a big round of applause for our final and our big California sea lion, Pablo.
Yep. Please give it up for our final California sea lion. Mr. Pablo. Now, is there anything different between Pablo and the other sea lions? Same size, right? Yeah. No, much bigger. Pablo is our adult male California sea lion, and in fact, he is 28 years old, which is quite old for a California sea lion. I know, don't tell him though. He is doing just great for his older age as well. He still enjoys coming out and introducing himself to all of you. So Pablo is quite a large male, but actually on the smaller side for male California sea lions. Yeah, he disagrees with that. So we are thinking that maybe one day when we might even be larger than Pablo. He is around 500 pounds. So that is pretty big. Now, California sea lions in the wild, they are predators because they eat fish, but they are also prey to some other animals in the wild. Who has any idea what animals might go after California sea lions in the wild? If you know, shout it out. Shark, that's right. Sharks might go after California sea lions. I know Pablo's been working on that impression. He's hoping to scare away any sharks before they come for him. There is another one, it's black and it's white, that might swim around California sea lions that might go for them. Any idea? Count it out. Orca, that's right. Orcas might also go after California sea lions. But there are a few things that they can do to keep themselves safe. And one of these is to simply hop up on land like Pablo's doing just now. So I don't know about you guys, but I have not seen any land sharks recently, thankfully. So they are nice and safe on land. But California sea lions can swim quite far distances, and there may not always be a land spot nearby that they can hop up onto if they encounter any predators. So the other one is simply the camouflage that California sea lions have in the water. Pablo has quite dark fur, and when they are swimming in this dark water, it can be pretty tricky to spot where exactly they are. So they do rely on this camouflage to hide themselves in the dark waters of the ocean. And it is in fact fur on the California sea lions. It does look very slick, but it is fur, just like many other mammals. They have fur on their body. Now, California sea lions are also very agile and can swim quickly through the water and even do a motion called porpoising. Now, this motion is often thought of with dolphins. It's that in and out jumping in the water. But it allows California sea lions to swim quickly while also taking nice big breaths as they try and escape any predators. Now, Bryn, do you think Pablo will be able to show us what a porpoise looks like for us today? Yeah? All right. So let's see what Pablo can do. Let's give him a big round of applause. Give him a little bit of encouragement there. Beautiful. So he's quite splashy with those big porpoising jumps. Now, California sea lions do a lot of these high-energy behaviors in the wild to exercise their body as well as escape from any predators. Now, would you guys be interested in seeing what an exercise session looks like for a California sea lion? Yeah? You think so? All right, so let's put our hands together and stomp our feet, and let's see what Pablo can do. thank you all for joining us here at Marine Life today to learn more about our amazing California sea lions and what we do here. So we hope that you'll stick around for our photo session after that. But if not, thank you all for joining us today.